Hello everyone, welcome to the Win at Work podcast. You're with your host Julian Lahey. Today I'm joined by the fantastic Kayla Ihrig, Brady Foulk, and Babs Faseesin. I messed it up. Babs, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, that's okay. Babs does not know what's about to happen. We're about to play Jeoparty, and what you do is you just pick a category, pick an amount. We're going to start with Kayla, and if you do happen to win, you will qualify for the champion round where we play for real cash. After the game, we're going to meet our guests and talk about all of the fantastic things that they are doing. Let's play the music. Kayla, the categories are 3-letter words, animals, astronomy, automobiles, Broadway, and colleges. What would you like?
Gotta go animals for 100.
Animals for 100. Scoobydoo, Goofy, and Pluto are cartoon versions of what?
That's big. It's gotta be a dog.
It's got to be a dog. It is correct. Well done. Kayla, you're still in control. What would you like?
Oh, let's go animals 200.
Animals for 200. Eager animal that symbolizes Canada.
Oh, beaver.
Beaver.
This is my category.
Beaver is correct. I thought it might be Brady's category too. We'll see. He's the dog expert. All right. What would you like, Kayla? Still in control. Feel free to jump in.
It's not broke.
Yes, 300 animals.
Yeah.
They include killers, humpbacks, and sperms.
Wow. Whales. Yeah.
Pretty easy. These are actually real Jeopardy questions, so we can't complain that they're too easy. Kayla, what would you like?
Let's keep going. 400 animals.
And other guests, if you want to jump in at any time, you can. Kangaroos and wombats belong to this subgroup of pouched mammals.
Ooh, marsupials?
Kayla is on fire. Well done. That's correct.
Kayla,
well done.
First time.
1,000 points. You can jump in if you know the answer, but Kayla's very quick. What would you like, Kayla?
Let's take it all the way. Animals for 500.
Animals for 500. Tibetan ox used to carry travelers and mail.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyone want to jump in?
This is
Tibetan ox.
Brady or Bab?
Oh, now you don't know the answer?
We've hit a road bump, a speed bump. Babs,
Unfortunately, I can't help.
you can get. There's no penalty for guessing in this version of Jeopardy. So think of all of the ox-type animals you can. It'll be one of those. I'll give you about 5 seconds. Yak was the correct answer.
Oh.
All right, now Kayla, you're still in control. If you're unable to produce an answer on this next one, we'll be going over to Brady. What would you like, Kayla?
Let's do Broadway for 100.
Broadway for 100. 4-letter play about 9 lived creatures.
Cats.
Cats is correct. Well done. And a really terrible movie starring James Corden. Kayla, what would you like?
Next one at Broadway for 200.
The avenue we're taken to in this long-running toe tapper. Anyone jump in?
Footloose.
It's an avenue.
Electric Avenue?
That's where we boogaloo down to, but that's not correct. 42nd Street is correct. Okay, now I think we're heading over to Brady. What would you like, Brady?
Oh man, okay. Let's do colleges 100.
Colleges for 100. A type of shoe or cloth, or where a Rhodes scholarship will get you. I'll give you a clue. It's like an Ivy League type university, but in England. Probably there's 2 really famous universities in England. It's one of them.
In England.
You know, like you got Harvard and Stanford. It's kind of like that version, but in England. One of them is Cambridge. It's the other one.
Oh.
Oh, Babs, you got one of them, but there's another one. Which is the answer? I'll give you 3 seconds. What's the other one?
No idea. Someone else
Oxford.
go. Oxford.
Oxford is correct. We'll give it to Kayla. I was just about to hang up on that one. 100 points. Well done, Kayla. You have wrestled control back from Brady. What would you like?
Let's do colleges for 200.
Colleges for 200. Home of over 52,000 Buckeyes.
Ohio.
Anyone else? I don't know what the answer is, so... All right, let's reveal.
It's Ohio. Yeah.
Ohio is correct. Well
Ohio.
done. Brady,
Ohio
200
State.
points. Brady is on the board. What would you like, Brady?
Astronomy 100.
Astronomy 100. Self-luminous gaseous body or Hollywood celeb.
So,
This I
It
cannot.
is
I
a-
can't believe that you people have not got this one. I'm sorry.
Anyone
Is this
else know?
astronomy? What's astronomy?
luminous
What do we look at?
stars.
Star is correct. Well
Oh,
done,
wow,
Brady.
got it.
I needed to give everyone a bit of a nudge on that one. What would you like, Brady?
Wow. Let's do automobiles 100.
Automobiles for 100. He'd build you a Model T in any color so long as it was black.
Henry Ford.
Henry Ford is correct. Well done, Brady. Catching up. And Babs, don't worry, there's plenty of time for that comeback. Brady, what would you like?
Let's do colleges 300.
Colleges for 300. Latin for field or college grounds. Come on, Babs, just have a guess. I'm rooting for Babs.
Thank you.
What is it, campus?
What is a campus? Let's take a look. Well done, Brady
Oh, nice.
Foulk. Catching up to Kayla, 700 versus 1200. What would you like, Brady?
Let's do colleges 400.
Colleges 400. In 1934, Gerald Ford was voted MVP of this school's football team. Gee, that was a long time ago. Where's Gerald Ford from?
Harvard?
And where... Okay, Harvard. Let's take a look.
No way, Kayla.
Michigan.
Michigan.
You're still in control, Brady. One more chance. Otherwise, we're going over to Babs.
Let's do colleges for 500. Let's see
This
what
will
we
be
got.
tough. Women's college that shares Harvard classes, housing, and facilities, but is still separate. Never knew there was a female Harvard with a different name. I bet they do a bit of socializing.
Didn't know that existed.
No, not
Really?
at
Yeah,
all.
I didn't either.
It's a tough one. Let's take a look.
Um,
Radcliffe. Anyone heard of this?
Radcliffe.
No. Well,
Nope.
it's a tough one. 500 is tough. Babs, finally,
Yeah.
he gets to put the sprint shoes on. He is in position. What would you like, Babs?
Let's try the 3-letter words.
3-letter words. A fedora, Homburg, or Derby. What are they?
Oh.
Did I hear... What was that? I heard something. It's a 3-letter word. What is a fedora? What do I need to wear so I don't get sunburnt?
Sunscreen?
Oh.
Hat is the correct
Hat.
one.
Oh.
All right, you're still in control, Babs. What would you like?
3-letter words.
3-letter words
Four.
for 200. I hope it was 200. Was it 200?
Ugh.
If not, I'll give you a bonus. Quixote or Drysdale? There is a book called Something Quixote or Quixote, and Drysdale is a surname. This is the same first name. Let me think of another one. Does anyone who's familiar with Mad Men? Mad Men?
Uh-uh.
Is this thing on? No.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think. What about Miami Vice? You know Miami Vice?
Oh, cop.
Well, that's the name of one of the characters. I'm trying to give you the first name. It's a 3-letter name. All right.
Jim.
Not John.
Don.
Oh,
John. Ah.
So Don Johnson's in Miami Vice. What was the other one I did? Don Draper from my Mad Men was my clues. All right, Kayla, we're back to you. What would you like?
Let's do automobiles for 200.
Automobiles for 200. This toy company builds more cars than Ford, GM, and Chrysler combined.
Hot Wheels.
Okay, now that is the brand. Who owns the brand? They also sell a oh, what was that?
It's like Madwell or
They
It
also
starts with an M.
they make Barbies too.
Yeah.
It's right on the tip of your tongue. You got about
Maxwell?
Anyone else?
No.
Madden. Just making sounds at this point. Mattel.
Oh.
Wow, that was close, but
I didn't know that one.
unfortunately you didn't get that one. Now you're still in control, Kayla, I believe.
Let's do astronomy for 200.
Astronomy for 200. The evening or morning star is really this planet. Also won Wimbledon multiple times, as did her sister.
Venus.
Venus
Yeah.
is correct. Well done. Kayla, you're still in control and you're absolutely destroying all comers so far. What would you like?
Let's do Broadway for 300.
Broadway for 300. Nickname of the American Theatre Wings Antoinette Perry Award. So
Good luck.
in movies, you win an Oscar. In theatre, you win a...
Oh, Tony.
Tony.
Kayla just got in there.
Sorry, guys. I want to donate these points to Babs.
Thank you.
Kayla's getting guilt from domination. All right. Kayla, what would you like?
Let's do 3-letter words for 300.
3-letter words for 300. Opposite of flow, tides do it. What do we say? Something and flow.
Oh, Ebb.
Ebb, it is correct. Oh, Babs, you were correct. Just a little slow off the mark. Kayla, well done. All right, Kayla, what would you like? Just about cleaned the board.
Astronomy.
Astronomy
300.
300. Planet once thought unique. It no longer runs rings around its neighbors. Which planet
Mars.
has rings? What was that? Mars?
Yeah.
Don't think so.
Saturn.
Saturn. You know what? I think Kayla was silencing herself there to let everyone have a chance.
Intentionally.
Isn't she nice? All right. That's Brady on 1,000. Well done, Brady. You're in control. What would you like?
Let's do 3-letter words, 400.
3-letter words. And nobody's got one of these right. So this has proven to be a difficult category. Where things are nipped in, or a favourite of Snoop Dogg?
Bud.
Hey, Babs!
Get it, Babs.
Well done, Babs. Is this a favourite of Babs too, or?
No, weed's
mind.
legal in New York.
All right, Babs, you're in control. That's great. And, you're not far behind Brady. And 1 or 2 questions, you could come into second place. What would you like, Babs?
I'll stick in the category 3-letter words.
3-letter words. Now, this is a 500-point question. This is not going to be easy. Some people have a quick one, which beats a half one.
Wit.
Is correct. Well done. I was going to say
Wait.
Donald Trump is a half one, but then I thought I can't go political on this podcast. It'll be disastrous. But I just did. Well done, Kayla. You're in control. Sorry to all my MAGA friends out there. Continuing on, Kayla, what would you like?
Let's do automobiles for 300.
Automobiles for 300. Powered by this, the Stanley Special won in Daytona in 1907 at 197 miles per hour. This is automobiles. Powered by this, the Stanley Special won in Daytona. This is 300 points. So, I mean, it could be a V8 or it could be a particular type of engine. I don't know. This is tough. So 1907.
Twin turbo.
Could it be? Did they have turbo in 1907? Was this the first
No.
V8? Seems pretty early for a V8. All right, let's take a look. Steam. Yes, it was
Steam.
very early. Okay, now where were we? I'm totally lost. Who did that one?
I did.
You did. And now I think it's Brady's turn to pick. Does that ring a bell?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do.
Okay. If you say
We're on all the hard ones.
all right. Yeah, yes.
Let's do astronomy for 400.
Launched October 4th, 1957. It was Earth's first artificial satellite. Now, I remember this in high school, either history or science, I can't remember. But this was Soviet Russia launched a satellite. And the name is very unique. It reminds me...
Sputnik.
Oh, yes, what? I was going to say it reminds me of potatoes. I don't know if that is...
Sputnik,
Help.
yeah.
Well done.
Kayla's killing
And
us.
then the next one was Yuri Gagarin. I remember he went on was he involved in that satellite? I don't know. I think I got a C in that class. So, continuing on, Kayla, what would you like?
Let's close out astronomy for 500.
Okay, Kayla's going to go big. Only planet to have seasons similar to Earth's.
Mars.
Who said that? Who was first?
Get it, Babs.
No,
Give it to Babs. All right.
Brady said it first.
Babs, you got it, man.
All
You're
right,
just
Babs, you are in charge.
So
And
kind.
Kayla.
what would you like, Babs?
Broadway.
Broadway, 400. All right, you ready? Come on, Babs. Two-time Academy Award winner who reprised Little Foxes in 1980. She also had
Good
a...
luck.
Sorry? Good luck. There was a movie where she was like a teenager in the 50s and she had a horse that she loved and the horse was black, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, you know who she is. And she married a builder
Yeah.
that was renovating her home. She was friends with Michael Jackson.
oh.
She got wheeled around in a wheelchair towards the end.
Mm. Okay, you lost me.
Oh. She was like
you go.
she starred as Cleopatra in the 50s movie. This is something you need to
No.
ask your grandparents. Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
Do I need to upgrade my questions for what are we dealing with? Generation Z? What is it? I don't know. All right, Kayla, what would you like?
Let's do automobiles 400.
Automobiles 400 in Japan. It's called Rashu Hour in LA, 4 to 6 p.m. Also a Jackie Chan trilogy.
Whoa. Rush hour.
I tried to do that in the most non-racist way, but I think it did not work. That is correct. Well done. Crickets. All right. Kayla, you're up.
Kayla's pulling away.
The scoreboard makes me uncomfortable. All right, automobiles, take it home, 500.
Automobiles for 500. Models of Ford, Chrysler, and Cadillac are all named for cities in this southern European country.
Really?
It's a country that did a lot of exploring. And particularly in South America. except for Brazil.
Spain. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
City
Spain. Well done.
for Spain.
I was laying on the clues thick and fast. All right, 500 Broadway. This is it. Hundreds of former cast members appeared on stage when it became a longest running show. What's the longest running show in Broadway? Okay.
Phantom of the Opera, I think.
All right, ready for a clue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a movie in the 80s made on this show. Forget it, 80s. Starring the guy from Jaws. What was his name? Roy Scheider? The Jaws cop? You seen Jaws? You haven't seen Jaws?
No.
It's not Footloose.
No.
My goodness. It is a something line.
A something line?
Yeah. Or a chorus something.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. A chorus line. All right.
Oh, a chorus line?
Did you know?
Kayla,
Did you
you know
realize
that.
it actually gave you-
Yeah, but I already guessed incorrectly. I guessed Phantom of the Opera, and I was wrong, so I was
All right.
toning it
Well
down.
done. We have got to the end of the game. Kayla has qualified for the Champions round, where you can come back should you be so inclined to play for real cash. And Kayla, let's talk about all of the cool things you're doing now. You're a copywriting specialist. Would you say that's correct?
I'm an SEO writer.
Okay. I call that copywriting, but I guess it's primarily to get results on Google. And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for about 5 years, and yeah, it's been main part of my business. And I also just wrote a book, so I do a couple different types of writing.
Did you sort of get stuck into the whole blogging thing first?
I did. I love blogging. Blogging started out as a hobby, and then one day my website showed up on Google, and I was like, "Wow, I did that." And then I just, you realize it's not that, it's like very formulaic, all these like inner workings of the internet, and I enjoyed that side of it. So started doing it for other people's websites, and then it kind of just spiraled into a whole freelance business.
With other people that you help, would you tell them what do they need to do as far as content goes? Do they need to be blogging as like a must-have?
If you're creating educational content already, say on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, you need to be putting it on your website, because those posts will die within a matter of, let's say, be generous and say a week. That's their lifespan. But a blog post can be updated routinely every 6 months and bring you website traffic for years.
And what do you do? Do you sort of take over the whole content, or do people order a whole bunch of articles? Like how does it work with the people that you help?
Sometimes people come to me, they just want a little bit of help with really big articles, like difficult ones that they want optimized really well. But my main package I do is a retainer offer, where I write SEO articles and I put them in clients' websites, and I do the whole back-end process for them. So they just wake up to an email that says, "Hey, your article's ready," and it's in their website ready to be published.
Awesome. And you are sort of traveling a little bit. Where did you say you were currently within the Whistler Airbnb?
Croatia.
Croatia. And how long have you been there?
I've been here in Croatia for about a month. So I don't have an apartment or a home base. I just travel around full time with 2 backpacks of stuff and live out of Airbnbs. So
awesome. And you support that all through your content business?
Yeah, it supports both me and my husband. So we do this full time, and we haven't had a home base in I think about 7 months at this point. We got rid of all of our stuff.
And
That's so
at
cool.
your website, Writing from Nowhere, is that what you talk about? How people can do a similar thing to what you've done?
Yeah, absolutely. Share tips on growing a business. How do you turn something that you like into a service-based business, and how can you use that to fuel your travel? And that's also what I wrote my book about. It's called How to Be a Digital Nomad, and it covers that entire process.
Do you want to run through just a couple of key points? What is the process to becoming a digital nomad?
On the surface, it's just finding online work and then going somewhere that you want to go. So it could be like staying with your sister for a month. It doesn't have to be an exotic vacation. It could be going on a road trip somewhere. And or it could be, like getting rid of all your things like we did and traveling indefinitely. And it's not as complicated as people think it is.
And do you advocate doing this through copywriting, or do you tell people that you've just got to find something, anything that you can help people with?
I think the best case scenario is that you make money doing something that you enjoy, and someone online is paying someone else for something that you like. So exploring what services you can offer. I would never direct people into writing specifically. It's not for everybody. But look at what you like and enjoy doing already, and then find a way to monetize that.
And it's not easy to do. What are some of the, barriers and problems that people have that stop them from being able to do this, Kayla?
Well, it takes a lot of self-awareness. I think people became very aware of their discipline issues or focus issues during lockdown. If people were all of a sudden working from home and they were, people became more aware of it then. So maybe people think, oh, I already overcame some of my quirks that sabotage my productivity and my success. But if you haven't been through that process, if you were to buy a one-way ticket and leave tomorrow and go work from an island, you would be really shocked at how much you sabotage your own productivity and how your lack of organization can make you lose clients and lose income streams very quickly. So that's something you have to face and address within the first 3 months. Right away, you need to work on yourself in that way.
And so the book is called Writing from Nowhere, is that correct?
The book is called How to Be a Digital Nomad.
Oh, sorry, How to Be a Digital Nomad.
Okay.
And they can get that on your website, Writing from Nowhere, or Amazon. And what other ways do you get in touch with people? Do they contact you on the website?
Yeah, if anyone wants to ask questions or reach out, you can email me directly. My email is kayla@writingfromnowhere.com, and I welcome messages from anyone who has questions or wants to learn more.
Awesome. And I've got all Kayla's social media links in the show notes. So if you want to follow up with Kayla and start living the Airbnb lifestyle, it sounds like a good idea. Thanks, Kayla Ihrig.
Thanks, Julie.
Brady Foulk. I was going to call you the dog whisperer, but that's somebody else. But you're a dog behaviorist, I guess, would be the way to talk about it. And when did you identify that this was something that people needed help with?
Yeah. My family needed help with it when I was growing up. And when I got a dog, I needed help with it. And as I got better training, I realized that my friends and family needed more help with training their dogs. And then you'd be surprised at how many people get dogs. This is Christmas time. I have a couple clients who just they get a surprise for their family and get them a dog, which is brilliant. But then you got to potty train them and crate train them and make sure they don't eat your shoes and everything. So I started this out of necessity, and I've gone because it's just so much fun to kind of problem solve and recognize these patterns.
Yeah, and it seems to me that most people just really they really struggle with owning a dog in terms of how to communicate to the dog so that it's calm and behaving well and everything like that. What is it that people seem to do wrong, Brady?
Yeah, what do people do wrong? The biggest thing is blaming, right? A lot of it is learning how to speak another language. So you have to take the time to learn this language. There's a lot of body language stuff that goes on. A lot of calming signals, like when dogs look away or when they yawn, stuff like that. And then just understanding, and then just understanding if something's going wrong, you got to show your dog what to do. So if you're having accidents inside the house, what I teach a lot of dogs to do is to ring bells or to press one of those buttons that says potty. That way you're really clear on what needs to happen in order to have success.
Wow, can I get one of those for my kids?
You know, a lot of what I do is just ABA psychology, ABA therapy. So this stuff does work really well. And I'm the oldest of 6. So just understanding what people love, understanding their love language. Like, I know each dog is a little bit different in terms of what they love. And if you understand these things with humans too, it's much easier for everyone to be happy and get along and to move things forward.
Do you find that a lot of people have anxiety with, I don't know, just in their everyday life, and the dog just picks up on it, and they hate anxiety or a lack of clarity or confusion, or you know, like sometimes, I mean, I don't want to you know, dob in anyone in my family, but they sort of giving too many instructions and they're not clear, and the dog is really just saying, you know, you tell me what you want and I'll do it, but they're kind of giving multiple, I guess it's just an anxiety and then not a calmness, and do you find that a lot of the dog behavioral problems come from anxiety, you know, with the person issuing the instructions? I'm rambling, but you know what I mean.
For sure. First off, yeah, I think we all get anxiety. I think anxiety is just a natural thing, right? It's here to serve us. It's here to show that we either need to change our perception or our procedure about something. And dogs for sure can pick up on all these things. Dogs' noses are brilliant. They can actually smell when the chemicals change in your sweat. And there's a really cool study where they took an owner and their dog, and they took a volunteer and they put them in opposite corners. And in the middle of the room, they took sweat samples of people. And one group of sweat samples, they watched a movie like Frozen, like a Disney movie, and they took their sweat swabs. And then the other side, the other sample group, they watched a movie like The Shining, a super scary movie, and they took sweat samples of them. And then they took them and put one of the frozen samples in the middle of the room, and the dog and the owner came in, and the dog smelled it and immediately went over to the other person and started saying hi and wagging his tail and being very excited. And then they reset it, and then they put this sweat sample of the anxious or the scared person in the center of the room, and the dog smelled it and then immediately turned away and ran away. Some dogs won't even go back in the room, and it's literally just what they're smelling tells you that this person's afraid of something. I should be afraid of it too. And that, you see that a lot in reactive dogs. Like, someone will like start pulling the leash a little bit tighter, they'll tense up, their breath will get short. So it's just remembering to breathe. And yeah, when you're giving your dog an instruction, to be clear with what you want, and make sure you practice these things before you give them an instruction in a challenging location.
And dogs love Disney and Pixar, I've just discovered.
Oh yeah, and Bluey.
Bluey, yeah, awesome. And what do you do in your community, Brady? You've got this on your website. Do you do actual one-on-one training for dog owners, or how does it all work?
Yeah, so I do in-person lessons where I meet up with them in person, and we start at their home and then go to public places. And then I do board and trains where I take someone's dog. So I have 2 dogs right now. I have a Great Pyrenees and an Australian cattle dog right now. And then I just take them for 2 weeks and I train them. And then I have the Dream Dog program, which is a 3-month program, which is a combination of both. So I do a couple lessons with you, and then I take your dog, and then we continue doing lessons after for 3 months to make sure that you have the repetitions to make sure that it sticks.
And so you need to be in the area, Brady?
So starting in January, I'm launching an inner circle. So that I'm going to do Zoom calls probably 3 times a month and just answer questions. I'll have my past clients, my current clients on there, anyone who wants to join. It'll be a free community just to talk dogs and ask me questions, right? Any type of questions you got.
Yeah, so that's Brady's
That's that.
community. So if you want to get into that, the link's in the show notes. if you want to get control of your dog. And a dog that is happy is a real blessing to have around. And there's nothing worse than a dog that is stressed out, doesn't know what to do, and a dog that's anxious. So once you get control of your dog, you're going to have a great time. Isn't that right, Brady?
No, it's really true. Having a well-trained dog is a lot of fun. You can just go more places. You can communicate easier. It's a blessing for sure.
It took me a long time to get my Fat Jack Russell under control. He was an absolute maniac, and every time the garage door opened, he would just disappear. And now the garage door opens, and he just looks at me, and he just stays there, and then he wags his tail because he knows he's going to get a pat for being such a good boy. So we've finally got him under control. But it does take... How long does it take, Brady?
It depends on how many reps. It's like going to the gym, You can't lose weight one day going to the gym. It's kind of impossible. So you got to keep showing up. But if you show up 3 times a day for a month, you can get really far really fast compared to if you show up once a day, or once a week. So it just depends on how many repetitions you put in.
Yeah, so the most important thing is to take the first step. If you are needing help with your dog, have a chat with Brady, get into his free community, and you'll get yourself, you'll get on top of it very quickly. Thank you very much, Brady Foulk.
Yeah. Thank you.
Babs Faseesin, thanks for patiently waiting. Tell us about the Cracking the Life Code. Cracking the Life Code, that was it? Yes.
Yeah, cracking a life code. Cracking a life code is first the title of my book, and cracking a life code is also a community. We have turned the community into one that really just helps to inspire and empower people who are seeking total life mastery, people who are invested in pursuing growth in every area of their lives. And we do this by coaching, conferences, seminars, retreats, and we have multiple tools that we utilize to help navigate some of the challenging areas and areas of our lives. And from the book's point of view, really it's 20 years of my personal journey when it comes to personal growth and development, and all the lessons that I learned through the course of my personal development journey condensed into a book, which I think helps the reader to better navigate the different areas of life. I covered 6 areas of life, which I focus on personally. And in our community, people are welcome to choose what areas of life they really want to invest on. So for me, it's personal growth, career, family or relationship, spirituality, finance. Did I get to 6 yet?
I think so.
Health and wellness.
Health and wellness. Right.
Yeah.
And you talk about the pillars of purpose. What are they?
Well, I started that conversation by saying that success is highly personal, and that we all have to define success for ourselves. I really like what Kayla is doing, just pursuing the freedom that comes with the ability to be anywhere, anytime, by choice. Absolutely amazing. For somebody, that could be the hallmark of success. So understanding that success is totally personal, and that there are pillars that help us to achieve success. And so I dove deep into the P's that helps with this, which with the first being purpose, understanding our purpose as the primary platform upon which we would invest either our energy or whatever it is we want to achieve. We start with the why, the purpose, and then I have people are pretty much like the feelers to potholes on the highway to success. So the road to success is filled with potholes, and I think people help us fill those potholes. So relationships are very important. I talked about platforms. I understand that talents are totally, I mean, impact, I like to say, impact is limited when purpose or talent is invisible. In other words, you could be the best soccer player in the world. If you're just local in some remote area, nobody's ever going to discover you and you're never going to be known. Your impact will not be felt. So in that instance, we always need a platform to help showcase the talent or the purpose. And by so doing, we can increase our impact. So platform becomes that opportunity for us to, increase impact. So those are some of the P's that we covered in the book.
Would you say, Babs, that a fear of failure is one of the things that stops people from proceeding with following their pillars of purpose? And you argued that failure is actually a key part of success. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's all about perception, right? Failure can either be a deterrent, or failure could be a part of the process. So for me, I see failure as a necessity. In other words, I really cannot totally experience the fullness of life and enjoy success without learning from failure. So failure helps to prepare me for success. That's how I see failure. So as opposed to avoiding failure, which is probably one of the biggest mistakes that I have seen with the people we coach, is that, well, I don't know if I'm going to make it if I make this decision or if I take this path. What if I fail? And firstly, I really like to encourage them to just go for it. Sometimes the thing we fear the most really doesn't exist. It is an illusion. So when we come to face the fear itself, we then realize that, whoa, maybe this fear never existed my whole life, and I really thought it was, the one thing that held me back. So yes, a fear of failure can hold us back, but we need to go beyond our fear of failure in order to achieve success.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like the people that you see, you don't, they've had a series of failures to get to where they get to, and nobody just, hits a home run from the first bat at the plate. And the other thing is, nobody cares if you do something and you suck at it. We all have this anxiety about that, and nobody cares. So you just got to get up to the plate and have a swing, and then you start to see the road. The white lines on the road will tell you which way to go. So failure is going to guide you to the right direction. That's what I think, anyway. All right, and your book is crackingthelifecode.com, and they can pick that up at the website. And what else have you got going on, Babs? Have you got a group, a Zoom group or something?
Yep, we have a Cracking the Life Code community. It's a thriving community of people who are really just interested in growth and getting 1% better each day, which is what we encourage. We do this by meeting. We have a Facebook group. We have retreats, and next year we are really looking to take our conferences international.
Awesome. So I've put all the links there for Babs in the show notes as well. Get a copy of his book, get into his funnel, and improving 1% per day. That sounds pretty good to me. Thanks very much, Babs. Faseesin.
Thank you.
Sorry for butchering your name so many times. All right, I'm going to wrap things up. Thanks to all our wonderful guests, and well played, Kayla. We'll get you back in the Champions round. But you're all champions in my mind. Thanks for listening and watching.